I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. I'm so excited to like really talk to you.
I know. I feel like we've talked so much over like Instagram.
Same way. I'm like, this is gonna be fun to really get to know everything. Just like go over a little bit about how you started with your mom, right?
Yeah, with my mom. So my mom and I like do this business together. We kind of started because we had been formulating skincare for fun, like for ourselves for like 10 years. And so I have a big history in the skincare industry. So I worked at a lot of spas, natural skincare companies. And so I just needed things that were perfect for me. I have really sensitive skin. I have sensitivities to preservatives. So I was just making things for myself and for my mom. So when I had my second baby, I knew that I needed to like, do something while I was on maternity leave because I kind of go crazy. Like after my first baby, I went back to work early from maternity leave because I was like, I just can't like just be at home with a kid. Like, I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So the second time I was like, oh, I need something work like to do. You know, and my mom is a tarot card reader and we were both hippies.
Yeah.
And we just like to have fun. So we were like, well, let's just sell our skincare stuff at like markets and festivals in the summer. Like, so it'll be something to do. It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of like snowballed out of control. And by the time it came time to go back to work, we were really busy. And so I had to make the decision of like, okay, do I like keep doing this thing or do I go back to my old job? And so we decided to like keep going with the potion, and that's why we're here now.
That's so awesome. I love that. Also the name, the Potion Masters. How did that come about?
So
I kind of have an idea.
Very much hippie witchy types. Like so when we're making our skincare, we are literally like making potions. So not only like are we making our cauldron of potions, but we meditate over each batch when it's done. We infuse it with positive intention. So it really carries both the beautiful botanical ingredients that are inside, but also a little bit of magic and this positive energy, like to be carried on to the potion's new owner. So that's obviously part of the reason why. And then my husband always just like kind of made fun of me and called all of my many products like my potions. So he'd be like, oh, your lotions and your potions, because it rhymed and he thought it was funny. Yeah. And I was like, that's actually a really good name for what we're doing. So.
It is. And it's so much more, I don't know, there's something, honestly, your products feel like that. The very first time that I saw them, I was just like, these really are. Like you feel very special when you put them on, and like, you're not just like putting anything on your skin. It's like you do feel like you're putting a potion on. And I love that about it. I think that's like one of my favorite parts, is that it feels like that. And it feels very individual. Like the products feel very like, I almost feel like, did she make this like for me, like for my skin?
Just for you. And you know what? You know what? We make them in small batches. So we don't make each individual one when someone places an order, because that would be impossible. But we do, when we're packing up the boxes, we take a moment to like meditate over each product, to really infuse it with energy for that person. And we want everyone to feel that specialness when they open it, and every time they use it. Like we want you to feel our love.
Yeah, I definitely do. I feel like it like stands out to me with everything. Yeah. I just it has that vibe about it, you know. I feel like your ingredients play a big role in, obviously, in everything. And from what I've learned, kind of over time, gotten a better understanding working with beauty products and like using oils. But I think maybe you can talk better about oils and that fear that people have of like, I can't put oil on my face. And it's like, explain that a little bit and why it's really not something to be worried about.
Totally. So most of our products are oil-based. They're a little bit different because we've created kind of an invention, which is these water-loving oils. So our oils have both like oils and humectants inside, so they carry water moisture into your skin. Behave a little bit more like a lotion or a cream, but you're adding the water like yourself at home. And the reason behind that is so it doesn't have to have preservatives. But mainly everything's oil-based. And we have products for people with very dry skin and for people with very oily skin. And so basically, you know, there's hundreds and hundreds of different botanical oils that come from different plants, different seeds, and they all have a different fatty acid profile. So so there's different oils that are going to be more beneficial for certain skin types. And people who have oily skin really shouldn't be afraid of oils. Sometimes you even have oily skin because you're like almost like punishing your skin and stripping it so much with like crazy stripping cleansers, deciding not to moisturize because you think moisturizing is going to make you more oily. And your skin has this bounce back effect, right? So it's like you strip all of its natural oils, and your natural oils are there for a reason. Like it's your natural protection for your skin. So if you strip it all and you don't replace it with anything, your skin's like, hey, I just made all that for you. I'm trying to protect you. Okay, well, don't worry. I got this. I'll make more.
It makes sense. It totally makes sense.
Yeah. So you end up like sometimes even oilier. And a lot of people do find that when they start using products that contain oils in them, they notice actually a reduction in their sebum production because their skin's not now trying to overcompensate all the time by making more oil. Yeah.
I know for me, it was something I have, like, I guess more combination skin in different areas get oily. And it was a few years ago now that I tried oil on my skin. And it was actually when I had like a few breakouts and I was trying all different things. And then I tried vitamin E oil, and I don't know what it was. I was reading about it, and suddenly my skin started to get better. And I was like, trying to understand how this could be, but I think it was because like I slowed down my whole routine. I wasn't doing all this like too many products or overwashing or anything. And I ever since have loved oil-based products. And I really do feel like they're so much more gentle on your skin.
Yeah.
They work with you, not against
Exactly.
you.
I think natural skincare to me is really just an extension of your own self. Like your body is nature. It is natural, you know, so it knows how to use natural things. And so for a lot of people, when they start putting things on their skin that are from nature, it just works better for them. And they're like, wow, like I can't believe this works. But it is.
Really, it's like you just have to try it. I think it's that you have to like give yourself a chance to try it and not be too afraid, and move away from those like the typical things that you always thought. Like I feel like moisturizers and creams, they're so talked about so much. And they're water based pretty much, right? More or less. Moisturizers is like,
most of them. Like, so you've got like natural moisturizers, which are oils. There are also like a lot of synthetic ingredients that you can use to create that same like occlusivity on your skin. But yeah, basically most creams, especially a natural cream that you buy, is just an emulsion. Like it's water and oils and often humectants mixed together. And that's what you're putting on your skin.
Yeah. When the dry skin, oily skin, and combination skin, what products that you have would you say are like the ones that would match up with those more typical skin types?
Yeah, totally. So we have a whole like product line that includes, you know, like masks and things for your body, but we'll talk about the face things for now, because I think that's kind of
definitely going to get into the masks though.
But as far as the face oils go, we have 5 different ones, and they kind of we have some scented ones with essential oils, ones that are unscented. But the ones that are kind of best for the different skin types are for oily skin, Clarity and Freedom. So they have very light, non-comedogenic oils that soak in really quickly to your skin. So they're not going to have that heavy feeling that you might be like scared of if you're someone who has oily skin. You're like, I don't want more of that. So it really like they soak in really quickly and leave your skin just very smooth and silky. And then if you have more like normal to combination skin, Youth is by far our bestseller. It's so popular. It's our most repurchased product. And I think one of the reasons is because it is really good for most skin types. So if you have normal skin, sweet, you can like buy almost whatever you want and try it on your skin and it will probably work for you. But Youth is really nice because it works for most skin types. And then if you've got very dry skin, Comfort is my favorite. I invented it for myself because I have the driest skin in the world, and it's really, really rich oils, ceramides, and cholesterol to help strengthen your moisture barrier. So it's very good for people who have really dry skin that has a tough time holding on to moisture on its own.
I love that. I've been using that in these winter months, and it's made a difference. It's incredible and I love. So I love the videos that you make. So it's like easy to see how to use the products, because I think that too, you know, like with cleansing, because they're like multi-use, which is
they
awesome.
are.
You can have, just the comfort and use it to take your makeup off and then apply it again. I love that because you reduce like that question of like, all right, what's next? Or what do I do?
Yeah. And like, does this product go with this product?
Yeah.
Can I use them together?
Exactly.
And it's like very foolproof. And it's really, like our kind of, I think, main motivation behind doing that was also just to reduce the amount of stuff that we have, like the amount of clutter on your counter, the amount of waste of trying all these products. It's like, if you are minimalist and you don't want a ton of things, you can use one of our products, face potion, and that's literally the only thing you
That
get.
is so great. And it's not something you see often, like that. So I need something to get that first layer off.
Yeah.
Before I actually wash my face, add the water to it and wash my face. But I love that. Like, I like that you see it all come off. Like you mix, like the whole thing. It just like,
and it's just like melts off. It's amazing.
It's amazing how it comes off. I know, so I never say it right, but ceramides.
Yes.
Talk about that a little bit more, because even I get like confused by it and what it means really.
Totally. So it's a little bit it's not that complex. I'll explain it in the most simple way I know how. So basically, if you think of your skin as bricks, what makes up the mortar between your bricks and kind of holds all those bricks together is what's called your moisture barrier. And it is a combination of ceramides and cholesterol and fatty acids. So for people who have, like a lot of people who maybe have skin conditions or have very dry skin, very sensitive skin, prone to redness, if you use products and they burn when you use them, that's a pretty good indication that your moisture barrier maybe like isn't very strong, maybe to start with. Maybe it's been compromised by like using too many products or products that aren't right for you. So basically, when you're using a product that has those ingredients that make up your mortar inside, it helps to strengthen that moisture barrier. And so over time, your skin is going to be able to better hold on to moisture on its own. It's going to feel a little bit almost like thicker and plumper and stronger. And you're going to be less prone to sensitivity and redness and those kind of annoying skin things that you're used to dealing with.
That is such a helpful explanation, because I feel like, if you're not in the beauty industry, you're not hearing it, you're reading these things and you're like, well, what is that? Is that you read the back and there is less ingredients. You don't have to figure out this whole big list of what's in this product.
Exactly. And it's funny because we do, as a brand, like we're very natural, but we do use a lot of really kind of like more research proven and science forward ingredients. So some of the names, you're gonna be like, but what is that? So you're like, what is a glycosphingolipid, but
all yours are ones that like, well, I mean, I guess I know from seeing them, but like, they're good. And I think what is your like 90% organic is
exactly.
Right. Yeah.
And so the only ingredients we use that aren't organic are kind of things that are still natural, but have been processed by man to be like more useful for your skin. Right. So things like ceramides and cholesterol are still considered a natural ingredient. They're totally safe and they're not a chemical and they're really good for you.
Exactly.
But they have, been touched by science to make them, to extract them from the thing they come from and make them more useful for your skin.
I mean, it's amazing though to even find a skincare product that is that organic. If you really care about your skin and want it to glow and look beautiful, like think about what you really are putting on every night, like morning, night, and what you're doing, and how careful you are. That's why I think your masks, that's the next thing that I wanted to talk about. First of all, the way that I got them is beautiful. Like that. This is, I didn't even want to open, like, there's just everything. I mean, the bath spells and the masks are just incredible. And they're two very different things, but the masks first, you talk about it better, the way you formulated them and what they are for, I guess, different things you're looking for in your masks.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's funny when you were talking earlier about, you're like, I feel like this is a potion. Like I feel magical when I open it, when I use it. And that was one of the motivations behind creating our line of masks. So we know that there's like so many people who want to do DIY skincare and it's like fun. And people were always, you know, coming to our booths at the markets and the festivals and like, oh, I wish I could do this. Like, I want to do what you do. I want to make this stuff. And so through kind of customer requests, we were like, well, let's make something that has a bit of a DIY component so that you can really be the potion master at home, making this yourself. So basically we have this line of 5 masks. You can purchase them separately, or they come in the complete collection, which is all of them together, which is so much fun. And they all are powdered masks. So they don't need preservatives. They can stay 100% natural. And the other cool thing is you can really customize them to your own skin. So each of the masks has compatible ingredients with each other. So you can mix like some of the pink one and some of the orange one, you know, and make a mix that's really beautiful for the results you're trying to get for your skin. And then beyond that, when you're adding your liquids to them, you can add different liquids that you like. So if you have a fresh aloe plant at home, you can add some of that in, you can add some honey, you can add teas. Like, so we wanted to make this like DIY skincare experience, but make it with ingredients that are safe and good and luxurious for your skin, and where you can add your own touches and really get this custom bespoke skincare experience at home
every single time too. I didn't even think about like the aloe, because I have an aloe plant, and that's a great idea. Probably like that for that cooling feeling too.
Exactly. More moisture, and it's fun. It's so fun to like feel like this like kitchen witch and be able to go around your home and grab things that you've grown yourself and things that you have and mix them into this amazing luxurious mask experience.
Like gorgeous after. That's so nice. I do the mask, and then usually I've been putting comfort on after, and I love the feeling of waking up the next morning. Because I feel like overnight, when you use the products at night and then you wake up, that's when you really can see like the little differences in your skin, and you're like, oh wow, I didn't wake up like dry.
Yeah, totally. Well, your skin's renewing as you sleep, right? So like the best time to use these super antioxidant rich things is right before you go to bed. And then it just supports your skin in its renewal process overnight. So you wake up and you're like, oh, wow.
I love it. I've said it to my sister Sharon. I've said it to her. I'm like, I love that. I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh, wow. I'm like, this is like, I feel good. Cause you know, there's other mornings you wake up and you're like, oh,
and you don't feel so good. Yeah.
I didn't put it on and I don't like it. I look tired. There's 2 other things that I love. And I think before I even talk about the bath spells, the Magic Balm, because I use that. I have to say, I mostly use it on my lips. That's like where I just tend to go with it. I use it when I'm doing my makeup in the morning, I'll put that on while I'm doing everything else. So it absorbs in, and like my lipstick, everything feels like it stays on better. But I know it's meant, you can use it kind of all over.
Yeah.
Like anywhere for dry skin and patchiness, right?
Totally. So when we were developing it, again, it's a ceramide product too. So it has those same ingredients like that are going to help to strengthen your skin and help when it's itchy or dry, you know, which is great for lips. And so I mostly use it on my lips too. My husband is prone to eczema on his hands, and he just uses it on his hands, and it's like a miracle worker.
And it's nice, it's in a stick.
Yeah, it's in a stick, and we have little stick, but we also have the big stick, right? Yeah. So it's good for if you're doing like dry areas. It's good for elbows and knees. And yeah, it's a really amazing balm. And we wanted to also make it so that it would be really appropriate for both applications. So it's like, it's not, you know how some lip balms or lip glosses feel a little bit sticky or look a little bit shiny.
Yeah.
So it doesn't do that. It's like you can use it as lotion. It soaks in nicely. You can use it on your lips and it soaks in perfectly.
It absorbs in quickly. Like you don't feel like, that's why when I do with my makeup, I literally, by the time I do like eye makeup and everything else, it's absorbed and then I'm ready to put on my lipstick. So it's like a perfect, it's not like I sit there with like anything heavy on, you know?
Yes, exactly. So it gives you this like beautiful moisture, but without a heavy feeling. And it's just, we worked so hard on the formula. Like we knew what ingredients we wanted to include in it, because we wanted to use like pumpkin seed oil, which is really anti-inflammatory, and oat oil for the soothing properties of it. And of course we wanted ceramides and cholesterol in there. But it was we made hundreds of test batches. Just 1 gram different of each ingredient totally changes the feel of the balm. So yeah, when we were testing it, we really just wanted to make sure it was perfect for both lips and skin, and it could really be a multi-purpose product that's
like
going
that.
to work great for you. And it's so nice for minimalists, for people who don't want to have a bunch of stuff. It's like travelers, they just have this one solid stick like in their backpack, and you can just go out into the woods and you're good to
exactly
go.
it's perfect for that. And for guys, I didn't even think, but I feel like because guys are always looking like using lip balm, you know, to stay keep their lips from getting chapped and stuff, but they're the type of people that like those multi-use products too. You know, like they don't want to think about anything, but yet they still want to take care of themselves a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So the bath spells, I mean, just the name alone, bath spells, amazing. But they're beautiful because it's not just like, so it's a mixture of all different things. I mean, the flowers in it, and the scents are, sometimes I'll just open it just to smell it.
Yeah.
I love myself.
Me too.
It's so funny because I'll be in my, I don't know why, but I literally will be in my bathroom and I'm like, oh, and I love the scent of it, just the scent of it. And then taking a bath was, I think I told you, I didn't take a lot of baths, but the second I got that was like, I now have a reason to hop in the bath.
Yeah.
So they're beautiful. I mean, how did you come up with those combinations, I guess?
Well, I'm a bath addict. Like I love baths. When you told me you're like, I really take baths. I'm like, what?
You changed that.
The story of my life. Like I love baths. Like I used to shower all the time. As soon as I started taking like good baths, I was like, I'm not going back. Like it's baths all the way. So I have used a lot of bath products. Like, I mean, thousands, like so many. So I wanted to really create something that encompassed like all of the things I love about a really good bath. So, you know, it's bath salts. So you have the beautiful kind of like detoxifying aspect. It's really good for your skin, really good for sore muscles. And then there's clays in there as well. So it makes your water nice and like milky looking. Yeah. So it's like almost like a detoxing, like spa mud bath at the same time.
That makes sense.
Right? Yeah. Yes. And then they have botanicals inside. So I don't know if you've heard of bath tea. Like some companies make them. Right. So it's also a bath tea. So you have these beautiful, like different teas and spices and flowers. And so while they're soaking in your water, also infuse your water with antioxidants. And then the other thing that they kind of are is a bath oil. So those same water loving oils that our skincare is made out of is mixed into the bath spells. So when you use it, those oils kind of mix with your water rather than sitting on top like a regular bath oil. Yeah. So you get out and your whole body's moisturized head to toe, and it just feels really good.
Like, because how you just explained it, usually you have to put all those in separately, you know, like and maybe for me that's, I don't know why, but this just made it very easy to figure out a bath, like put this in and that's it. It's it. You don't have to think about it. And the little scooper, I love, like
it has a very scoopable texture. Like you just want to keep scooping it.
It is, and it's dangerous because I'm putting too much in.
I know, you're like 3 scoops, or I could just keep scooping 3 scoops because it feels so good.
It does. It literally gives you a reason to take a bath.
Your skin is good for your senses, and it is like part of skincare and, you know, being like a self-care brand is really encouraging these moments to, you know, get someone to just like slow down and take some time for themselves, which sometimes you need a little bit of motivation, like a really delicious bath thing to make you want to take that time to have that bath, you know?
And the way everything is packaged, that feels that way too. Like your products make me want to spend the time in the bath, you know, like in my bathroom and the whole process, because they're so pretty. Like you're not looking at something and it's like the masks you want to mix in the little bowl and put it together, and the colors that come out, like even the colors, they're just, I love it, you know?
Yeah, and it decorates your bathroom a little bit. Like you have this gorgeous thing on your shelf, and we hand decorate every single jar of our products. So it's really a beautiful experience for us to be able to do that. It's like our little arts and crafts time, and we have so much fun decorating them.
I can tell, because honestly, my bath spell is out. I have 2 of them out because I love the way that they look. They look pretty. Like they're not something that you keep in a drawer. You feel like you need to have them out. They're on. This was so much fun. I like was looking forward to talking to you and just like chatting more about everything. And I love I'm it makes me happy to see like your videos that you do on Instagram. I think that they're helpful because no matter how much involvement you have in like beauty and knowing about ingredients and everything, I think that seeing someone do it, one, it motivates you because like I think there was one night that you were taking your makeup off or taking everything off, and it like literally I got up off the couch, I was like, I gotta take my makeup off.
I need to do that too.
It just looked like it felt like it needed it. So it's funny the little things that you do that like I don't know, you don't always realize, but then it's influencing someone else in such a positive way. So
Oh, thank you. And it's fun for me. Like, I don't know if you can hear in the background, my children are screaming. They're like, totally crazy. I have a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old. And so making those videos is it's like my relaxation time. Like I'm like, mommy's making a video. I go in the bathroom, lock myself in there. And it's a little bit of peaceful time for me. So people are always like, your videos are so peaceful. And I'm like, it's because that is my peaceful time to make those videos.
But they really are. They're very like, you feel calm when you watch it. So. Oh my God. Thank you so much for this and everything. I don't know. Is there anything else that you would want to tell anyone that's watching or?
I don't know, not really. I mean, I think you covered so much and I'm just so thankful to get to talk to you. Like, I just feel such a connection with you and it's been so nice to actually like have this time to talk almost face to face, over the internet.
That's exactly how I feel. I like, I immediately when we first met, I felt like there was so much there and like, you're very similar to how I am with ingredients and the products. Like I align very much with them. So I'm happy. I'm glad that we were able to, become friends. So
me too.
Thank you so much for this talk and, coming on at night. I know you have the family and everything, so it's a lot.
Right. Thank you so much. It's been super, super fun. I've had a great time. Yeah.
Definitely. I will talk to you. Well, I'll always be talking to you soon, but
all the time.
Thank you so much. Have a good
Thank you. You too. Mwah.